Tonight, we have a challenge for you. Can you tell fact from fiction?
Beyond Belief. Fact or fiction? Hosted by Jonathan Frakes. We live in a world where the real and the unreal live side by side, where substance is disguised as illusion, and the only explanations are unexplainable. Can you separate truth from fantasy? To do so, you must break through the web of your experience and open your mind to things beyond belief.
As you watch this cat in my arms, it seems harmless and docile. Yet if this were a different situation, say you were walking down the street and suddenly our friend here darted out in front of your path, perhaps you wouldn't feel so comfortable. You might suddenly wonder if something ominous was about to happen. That's exactly what Rob Nouveau was feeling. Away with his wife for a business seminar, he is suddenly filled with foreboding and dread. Not because of a black cat, because of a mysterious stranger.
My husband, Rob, always let me take care of the practical stuff. Like signing us up for this weekend money management seminar at this hotel. Rob was anticipating a dull 2 days. But soon Rob's imagination and a series of strange events would transform a dull 2 days into a weekend of terror. You know what I think?
What?
I think you have a phobia about making out your will.
What?
Yeah, a lot of guys do.
No, that's not it. The great psychological stress that I'm under has to do with the fact that I cancel a tee-off time for you at a course that I'm trying to get on for 3 months. But that's okay.
I know what a big sacrifice this is for you, but believe me, by the time this weekend's over, you are going to be thanking me.
I know.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi. Reservations under Nouveau? This was the moment that it all started for Rob.
That's weird. Barb. Do they hold funerals in hotels?
What?
Check out the guy with the casket.
I couldn't see anything even close to what Rob had described. You know, remind me Monday, we'll book at your eyes checked. Let's go. Okay, the bellman said the seminar's in the conference room to the left.
I think he meant left of the hallway, not left of the elevator.
All right, check it out. Loser buys dinner.
Dinner? A bet? Okay.
I know now that we should have searched for the seminar together instead of splitting off in separate directions. For a moment, Rob felt justified that he had actually seen a casket in the lobby.
I knew it. That's a relief.
There you are.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize someone was in here.
It's one of our deluxe models. Did you get a look? A really good look.
Actually, I'm in the wrong place.
Don't be so sure.
Really, I'm running out of time. Thank you.
Well, sometimes it's later than we think.
Another time.
That's one of the problems. So often we mistakenly think we have all the time in the world. It's very comfy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
You, really should try it. My card.
This strange man said that he was a casket salesman.
Later, I gotta go.
When it's time to go, you've got to go.
Rob wouldn't share it with me, but after that he was certain that the man was going to cause his death. You couldn't participate in the Q&A a little more?
I'm sorry.
Feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm just preoccupied.
What? What is it? Come on, honey.
No.
I thought you wanted to get a magazine from the lobby.
Going down.
Later. Let's take the stairs, okay?
Okay. What is it with you today? News reports said that the accident resulted in 4 deaths. Rob swore he saw a 5th person on the elevator, a strange man dressed in a dark black suit. Later we asked around. Not one person at the hotel recalled ever seeing Rob's mystery man.
What happened here? Who was the man that Rob kept seeing? Was he really a messenger of doom? Or was he just an ominous figment of Rob's overactive imagination? Whatever it was that caused Rob's frightful reaction saved both him and his wife from that fatal elevator ride. Are you ready to say whether this story is true or false? Or is the cat got your tongue?
A chance encounter leads to a surprising chain of events when we return on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Getting around by bus can be a leisurely activity whether you want it to be or not. Bus schedules often fall victim to unexpected obstacles like traffic blockages, passenger problems, weather, and so forth. That's why it's best to show up early, have patience, and bring along something to read. But be prepared for the unexpected at all times. Because you don't have to board a bus for things to take an unexpected turn.
A lot of guys have a slick rap with the ladies. Me? No. I get tongue-tied. Everything comes out wrong. Can hardly remember my own name, or even what planet I'm on. Generally, I make a fool of myself. At least that's how it was, until I met Terry. She was exactly the kind of girl I'd dreamed of meeting, and exactly the kind of girl that I'd never had a chance with.
Excuse me, did you happen to see a city bus on the way? It should have been here.
I don't know if it's the one you're waiting for, but actually, yeah, about 3 blocks back, there's a bus on the side of the road, but it has, black smoke pouring from the engine.
Great. Look, I'm just trying to get home. I live just past the mall.
Oh.
Any chance I could get a lift with you?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, great, thanks. Thank you.
No problem.
She was even prettier close up, flawless. But just having her in the car next to me made my day. Well, who am I kidding? It made my week, my year.
I'm Terry.
Jerry.
No, it's Terry.
Oh, I'm Jerry.
Oh, oh, Terry and Jerry. Okay. Hey, we're a match. What are the odds?
Terry was the easiest person to talk to I'd ever met. In 2 minutes, I felt I'd known her all my
Bus
life.
usually gets there right about 5 every day. Gets me home just in time to make dinner for my sister. My mom usually stays late at her shop.
So you work with her there at the fabric store every afternoon?
Yeah. That'll just be until I finish my degree. Then I'll have my teaching certificate. Jerry, you never told me your last name.
Jerry Wright. W-R-I-G-H-T.
Ah, so you're the Mr. Wright I've been waiting to meet my whole life. Oh, well, it's about time. Oh, this is me. I'm the White House on the right.
I knew she was about to walk out of my life. I needed to stop her. But as usual, I couldn't find the confidence.
You really saved me a lot of trouble. I wish there's something I could do.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep smiling and laughing. It makes the world a nicer place.
That is so sweet. You know something, Jerry? You're one of the good guys. I'm really glad we met.
The next day at work, I told my buddy Neil what had
She
happened.
said all that, and you just let her walk away. You didn't get her phone number or nothing.
Man, did he let me have it.
Trust me, nothing was going to happen with this girl, okay?
Hold it, okay? Is this not an accurate quote? Great to meet you. Wish I could do something for you.
She was being polite.
Hey, let me just say something, okay?
Okay.
For a fact, there are more pretty girls on Saturday nights that are sitting home alone than you can imagine. And you know why? Because guys like you think they already have a boyfriend. But maybe you're the guy she's looking for. What?
After work, I drove straight to the bus stop. I wanted to get there before 5 o'clock. I couldn't believe I missed her. Once I'd come this far, I decided there was no turning back. It was strange. I was nervous as I rang the bell, but still, it felt right to be there.
Yes?
Hi, you must be Terry's sister. You have kind of the same look.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I'm Laura. So, you're friends of Terry's?
Yeah.
I have to get that. Would you like to come in?
Sure.
So why don't you just go in and make yourself at home?
Sure. Jeez, what a great-looking family. And her sister seemed to be about a year or two younger than Terry. It was easy to spot Terry in the photos. She photographed like a movie star. I couldn't spot the sister I just met, although there was a much younger girl in a lot of the snapshots.
Hey.
These are great pictures of her.
Yeah. Actually, that's my favorite of the both of us. Out of her savings, Terry bought me a new bike. Can you believe it?
This is you?
Yeah. Let's see, that picture was taken about, a month before Terry's accident. So I guess you must have been one of her students, huh? You maybe, what, a freshman? It's hard to believe it's been almost 8 years since Terry passed away. Do you want to sit down?
I couldn't believe what I just heard. Terry, the girl I'd given the ride to the day before, had died almost 8 years ago. I couldn't make sense of it. So I played dumb rather than come off like an idiot to her sister.
I feel so silly. I didn't even ask your name.
Jerry Wright.
Wow. The last conversation I had with Terry in the hospital, just before she died, she told me not to worry, that she would send Mr. Wright to look after me.
After that, I told Laura everything that had happened the day before. Sharing that just seemed to draw us together. And 1 year to the day after we'd met, Laura and I got married.
So, another happy ending thanks to a series of strange circumstances. Did Jerry really have contact with a woman who had been dead for almost 8 years? If not, who did he give a lift to on that first day? Was it someone posing as the dead woman? If so, how do you explain the fact that she looked exactly like the picture of the woman who had died? Was Jerry the victim of some elaborate hoax? Or did he actually have a matchmaker from the other side? Is this story true, or have we been taking you for a ride?
A young pre-med student fights for the life of a bystander and for his own future on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Did you ever have a job as a waiter or a waitress? Try it for a day, you'll have a whole new appreciation for the work they have to do. In fact, you'll probably wind up leaving big tips for the rest of your life. Kyle Jarvis works part-time as a waiter. He's a struggling college student, struggling with his finances, struggling with his classes, and struggling with his relationship. Let's watch his story. Now, who had the veal?
There were people around campus who thought I was some kind of Superman. My family didn't have a lot of money. I was putting myself through school, taking a full load, and working 2 and 3 part-time jobs at once. I wasn't Superman. I just knew what I wanted. I was determined to go on to medical school, and nothing was going to stop me. The fact that I had any time left over to fall in love was a miracle in itself.
Hey, good looking.
Hi, babe. Tammy came from a wealthy family and could have had any guy on campus she wanted. That she picked a regular working Joe like me made me think what we had was a real thing.
I thought you had ethics class.
I cut.
Tammy.
I know, but I had to track you down. Important question. What are you doing, like, right now?
Heading home. Why?
Some good news. Diane snagged her folks' cabin at the lake for the weekend, and she and Bob invited us to go out.
That is good news. Except for us poor slobs who have to wait tables for a living.
Oh, right. You're starting that new job tonight. I'm sorry. I can never keep track.
Maybe we can go up to the lake Sunday afternoon after brunch with your parents.
Well, I'd rather just spend the day with you. I mean, we can see my parents anytime.
Yeah, but I've never seen your parents. I haven't met them once. This is like the 5th time you put this off. Is something going on, Tammy?
No, it's just... I told you what my folks are like, especially my dad.
Yeah, hard-nosed captain of industry. I can handle it.
I'm not worried about you handling it.
You have told your parents about me, right?
Of course. But my dad's really hard to please. It's always been that way.
Get it? Pre-med. A doctor's not good enough for their little Tammy?
You really want to know what he said? I told him that you were going to specialize in emergency room medicine, and he made a big deal that that was the lowest paying of all the medical professions.
Okay, well, that's his problem. I guess the question is that a problem for you?
Of course not. But he's my dad, and I have to deal with him. And he's hard.
Hard to please. I really think we need to meet. You, me, your folks.
The time's not right. I mean, please don't force this.
The way things are going, the time is never going to be right. I love you. I think I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Me too. You know how committed I am to you.
You won't let me meet your parents. How committed is that? We need to get past this parent thing. Because if we can't, then...
Then what? Are you breaking up with me? Is this a breakup?
All I'm saying is that I think you need some time to decide what you really want. And what's important to you. I better go. I gotta get ready for work.
I don't know why I pushed so hard. I should have realized she needed time to work things out. Enjoy your meal. Hi. If you're ready, I can give you the rundown on the specials tonight. We have fish. All night long, I worried that I was such a jerk she might not want me back. I tried calling her to apologize between taking orders, but the line was busy. Maybe she was talking to another guy. I knew the life of a doctor's wife takes its own serious commitment. If I bullied Tammy into it, a relationship with her would never work. I kept playing our conversation over and over in my head and hoped she could forgive me.
Garlic mashed potatoes.
Oh, boy. Looks good. I get a bite. Okay?
What happened next came right out of the blue.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Just relax.
The signs of a heart attack were very clear.
Oh my God, is he breathing? Is he breathing?
Call 911.
A phone. Does anybody here have a phone? Anybody?
Though I wasn't a doctor yet, fortunately I had enough knowledge to know exactly what was happening, and enough training to know exactly how to handle it. All we had to do then was hold on until the ambulance arrived.
Save my life, son. You're gonna make a terrific doctor one day.
Oh, baby, thank God you're here. Come here, sweetheart. Excuse me, please. Your father's gonna be all right. Thanks to this fine young man.
Tammy had rushed to the restaurant to see if her dad was okay. I had just saved the life of her father, the same man I had never been allowed to meet.
Was it mere coincidence that placed Kyle exactly at the right place, exactly at the right time? Or did the fates preordain it? If Kyle hadn't been at that particular restaurant on that night, then Tammy may have lost both her father and a happy future with Kyle on the same day. Is this story of true love based on reality? Or are we just serving up a plate full of lies?
We'll tell you whether this story is true or false at the end of our show. But next.
My ball? Nah. I don't think so. Come on, man. I gotta get home. Oh, you want this ball? Yeah. You want that ball, huh? Maybe I'll sell it to you.
A game of basketball becomes a mysterious battle between good and evil on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Back in 1891, when James Naismith first cut out the bottom of a peach basket and mounted it on the high branch of a tree, little did he know he was inventing a game that would surpass both baseball and football as America's most popular sport. Throughout our country, young men and women spend hours in the playground learning jump shots, free throws, slam dunks. But we often learn something else in the playground. Things that go beyond the game of basketball and directly into the game of life.
I admit it. Back when I was starting high school, I was obsessed with sports, especially basketball.
The other major interest in life was giving my younger brother Danny a hard time, as often as possible.
Oh, all that reading's gonna make you go blind. Well, I suppose it's a relief to know your way out of danger.
Mark, Danny, let's move it. They are not expected to hold off the start of school until you get there.
Well, Mom, when's Dad getting home from Chicago?
Not until Saturday. Now, remember, home right after school. I'm working at the store till 7.
Oh, Mom, I gotta hit the park. I gotta work on my skills.
You gotta hit the books, work on your algebra. Okay, but be home before dark. You know I worry.
My mother, bless her soul, was a real sweetheart and one very religious woman. Every morning when we left the house, she stopped to pray to her angels.
Please watch over Mark and Danny, their father, and bring our family safe and happy back into this house. Amen.
Amen.
Amen, amen. Mom had her religion, I had mine. Shooting hoops at a neighborhood park about 6 blocks from where we lived. But I wasn't the only one that hung out there every day. There was one girl who made giant chalk drawings all over the place. Then, there's Big Al. You can set your watch by the man. For as long as anyone can remember, Big Al came to shoot every afternoon at 4 sharp. And was he ever something to see? Big Al had been a star player in high school, recruited by over 30 colleges. But the summer after graduation, a car accident messed up his knee. The doctors operated 3 times, but they never got his leg working right. And Big Al never got to college. The only basketball he played was here at the Clayton Street Park. And every day, just like clockwork, he left at 5 p.m. for a night job.
We gotta scramble. Mom wants us home before dark.
What's the hurry?
I gotta start my book report.
That's your problem.
Well, Mom said she wants us home before dark.
Mom said she won't be home till 7, and that means we got lots of time yet.
What are you doing with Dad's watch?
Man, just showing around school ain't no big deal. You just keep your mouth shut about it.
All right, man. I'm going home. You want to stay? Show funeral.
I was a big kid for my age, so I wasn't afraid to be alone. I should have listened to my mother.
My ball? Nah. I don't think so.
Come on, man. I gotta get home.
Oh, you want this ball? Yeah. You want that ball, huh? Maybe I'll sell it to you. How much you got?
Come on, man. I really gotta get home.
Now, why don't you just empty out your pockets? And we'll see how much this ball is worth to you. Don't make me ask twice. Or I'll tell you what, while you thinking about it, why don't we see if I can't catch that ball with my knife? What you say? Come on, bring it on, man. Bring it on.
So what up? We got some kind of problem over here?
No.
I was no fool. I took off and never looked back.
Yo, homies, I highly suggest you two go find another place to play. Now.
I told Danny what happened at the park. And the next morning after Mom's angel routine...
Hold on, Big Shot. This is the deal. When you come home from school, you're gonna go to the park and you're gonna thank Big Al for saving your lucky butt.
Or what?
Or I'm telling Mom the whole story about Dad's watch and everything. That's what. Hey, man.
Yo, what's up?
Thanks, man.
Thanks. Thanks for what?
Yesterday, for helping me with those dudes.
When was this supposed to take place?
The guy with the knives.
Just before dark.
You ever seen me here after 5 o'clock?
No.
That's just it, man. You got the wrong person. You must have been dreaming.
I swear it was him, man.
What if it wasn't Big Al? And who was it?
That question bothered me for years. But I finally think I know the answer.
The two brothers were sure that it was Big Al who saved Mark that day at the park. Yet Big Al's job records indicated he was at work at the time he was seen on the playground. Did some guardian angel take the form of Big Al in order to protect Mark? Was there someone else at the park that day who resembled Big Al? When you examine this story of the basketball court, will you find something of substance, or is there nothing but net?
We'll tell you if this story is true or false at the end of our show, but next.
You'll be a beautiful bride.
I am counting on you being there.
I wouldn't miss it. You've been such a dear to me. That's something I want you to have.
A dying woman's last wish turns out to be more than anyone bargains for. On Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
The stuff of a lifetime. Some sentimental, some frivolous, some actually have worth. They line shelves, decorate mantelpieces, and when people pass on, the valuable items are handed down to their families. The others usually get thrown out with the trash. Mildred Grayson knows that she's going to die. She also knows that her small family is about to descend upon her home to gather the stuff of her life. It's a family reunion inspired not by love, but by greed.
When the doctors told Mrs. Grayson there was nothing more they could do, she decided to spend her remaining days here at home. For the last 5 months, I was her live-in nurse and constant companion. In that time, she and I had grown to be very good friends.
Well, your blood pressure's just fine. How are you feeling?
Old.
Let's do this pill, and I'll put on some tea.
Oh, I like that. We girls mustn't miss our tea time.
Certainly not.
When I first thought of getting into nursing as a profession, I was afraid the worst part would be dealing with patients who were, at the end. To my surprise, I not only found working with these people to be the most rewarding, it often held the biggest surprises. That was definitely the case with Mildred Grayson.
That is such a wonderful picture of you two. There's so much love there.
53 years worth.
I have a confession to make. The person who's making my wedding dress, I'm having her design it exactly the same as yours.
Oh, you'll be a beautiful bride.
I am counting on you being there.
I wouldn't miss it. You've been such a dear to me. That's something I want you to have.
There's no time to talk about that now.
You always change the subject.
Right now you have visitors. Now you good and comfortable? Your children are here.
They don't even publish this one anymore. I can't believe the condition of this place. When the time comes, we'll be lucky to get a broker to list this shack as a fixer-upper.
It's not like we've been around much to help.
You know, Mother could have moved to a retirement home years ago. But you know her. No place had room enough for her little treasures. I wonder whatever possessed her to hang on to this stuff. Or any of it. Yeah, that woman never could say no to a flea market. Yes.
Your mother is awake now.
Mrs. Grayson appreciated these infrequent visits from her daughters, although they always seemed to be brief and somewhat strained.
You look well.
I know how I look. But thank you anyway.
The grandkids send their love. Brandy's pregnant. Gonna make you a great grandma.
I'm gonna start the tea.
Thank you, dear.
So, did the doctor give you a new prescription? You said he was going to change your pills.
That was 2 months ago.
Oh.
Beverly took care of it.
As for me, I didn't mind them, as long as they left me alone.
Oh, I was just about to bring the tea up.
Actually, Mother mentioned something she wanted me to discuss with you.
Oh, yes?
She has some old jewelry set aside that she wants you to have.
Oh, that's
The
very
problem
kind.
is she can't remember where she put it. For all I know, she gave it away years ago.
Well, a gift really isn't necessary. I do appreciate the thought, though, Teresa.
She insists that you take something from the house as a memento. You know Mother can be quite inflexible about what she wants.
I like to think she's quite persistent. You know what? Your mother and I have had some very nice visits over tea, so maybe this old kettle will be just the thing.
The kettle?
Yes.
Well, whatever. The kettle it is.
That night, just after 2 a.m., I'd come down to check on Mrs. Grayson and discovered she had passed away peacefully in her sleep. Now, some 10 hours later, it was still sinking in.
Oh, Beverly. I know this is all happening very fast, but we do have our own families to get home to.
Of course.
What I'm saying is that the carpet cleaners are coming tomorrow.
I understand. I really don't have much to pack.
If you need more time.
No. I can be out by the morning.
Help yourself to anything you want. All headed for the trash as far as I'm concerned.
Mrs. Grayson had often spoken of her long and happy marriage, so for me, this seemed like the perfect memento. I thought I might even put it on my own wedding cake. That night, the tea kettle woke me from a sound sleep, which was very strange because I was sure I'd turned it off. When I came downstairs, I found the oddest thing. The stove had somehow turned itself on, causing the water in the kettle to boil. The steam from the kettle had melted the base of the wedding cake figures. In the melted wax, there were 2 diamond earrings. What in the world? They must have been hidden inside. The earrings turned out to be worth thousands of dollars. I'm sure this was the jewelry that Mrs. Grayson wanted me to have.
The fact that Beverly happened to select a hidden treasure from the trash could have been just a coincidence. But then what about the stove turning on by itself to heat up the tea kettle? There'd been no problem with the stove ever reported prior to that night. Did Mildred Grayson actually reach out from beyond death to reward Beverly? Maybe the story is a work of fiction, false in every way, or perhaps, like those little wedding figures, we're merely concealing the truth.
Next, you'll find out which of our stories are true and which are false when Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction returns.
It's time to find out which of tonight's stories are inspired by actual events and which are total works of fiction. How about the story of the man who was haunted by the fellow with the coffin? True or false?
It's very comfy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
You, really should try it. My card.
Later, I gotta go.
You think this story really happened? Not this time. It's false. How did you judge the story of the mysterious woman at the bus stop? Fact or fiction?
Out of her savings, Terry bought me a new bike. Can you believe it?
This is you?
Yeah. Let's see, that picture was taken about a month before Terry's accident. So I guess you must have been one of her students, huh? You maybe what, a freshman? It's hard to believe it's been almost 8 years since Terry passed away.
Was this story of a ghostly Cupid inspired by a real occurrence? No way. We made it up. Now let's look back at the story of the pre-med student who unknowingly saved his girlfriend's father.
You feeling all right? You saved my life, son. You're gonna make a terrific doctor one day.
Oh, baby, thank God you're here. Come here, sweetheart. Excuse me, please. Your father's gonna be all right. Thanks to this fine young man.
Was this story of fortuitous timing based on an actual event? Yes, it was. It happened. According to first-hand interviews conducted by author Robert Tralins. Let's take a look at the tale of the playground that seemed to be protected by some angelic spirit.
Yo, what's up?
Thanks, man.
Thanks. Thanks for what?
Yesterday, for helping me with those dudes.
When was this supposed to take place?
The guy with the knives. Just before dark.
You ever seen me here after 5 o'clock?
Was this story inspired by an actual event? Yes, it was. The story of the wedding cake dolls that concealed a valuable treasure. Real or unreal?
Oh, I was just about to bring the tea up.
Actually, Mother mentioned something she wanted me to discuss with you.
Oh, yes?
She has some old jewelry set aside that she wants you to have.
Oh, that's
The
very
problem
kind.
is she can't remember where she put it. For all I know, she gave it away years ago.
Well, a gift really isn't necessary.
The story of the surprise gift from beyond is inspired by an actual event. A similar story took place. According to first-hand interviews conducted by author Robert Tralins. Were you able to perceive the truth tonight? As we found, it takes more than logic. It takes instinct, luck, and a basic trust that some things can't be proven. They're purely beyond belief. I'm Jonathan Frakes.
Join us for more stories next time on Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.